Okay. As Tammy has been reporting all morning, the lawsuit from years ago involving Jeffrey Epstein was unsealed yesterday. And there are numerous names in the lawsuit, and you're seeing it all over social media, and you're seeing it on news cycles like ours. Earlier this week, in some very odd places, this story also came up. Now, brief history on this. Aaron Rodgers is a quarterback for the New York Jets, one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, also pretty much says whatever he wants and kind of feels like he can get away with it. Jimmy Kimmel is one of the funnier guys in the entertainment business. You can see him here on City TV. And he is a very well-liked, powerful person. Is that an accurate way to describe Jimmy Kimmel? Because I don't think
100%.
we don't talk about Jimmy in terms of power a lot, like Oscar host, the whole 9 yards, but he is. Is that fair to say?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And not just power, long, sustained power. I mean, he's been years and years and years
Correct.
at the top of his game. Yeah.
So Aaron Rodgers, over the last year and a bit, has been going on a sports show called the Pat McAfee Show down in the States, which recently was picked up by ESPN. It is a monster of a sports program. They are self-made. They were on YouTube first, millions of followers. And Rodgers' appearances on this show have really taken it to a certain level. But the feud between these two is well known. And it was kind of brought up this week while Aaron Rodgers made another appearance on this ESPN show. Now, keep in mind, a Jimmy Kimmel show and the Pat McAfee show, both Disney properties, okay? So they're owned by the same company. And the Jeffrey Epstein story of the lawsuit being unsealed came up, and Aaron Rodgers took it to a very unique place. Watch this.
This has something to do with the Epstein list that came out?
Feels like.
That's supposed to be coming out soon.
Look, this guy's been waiting in his wine cellar.
Yeah.
I've been waiting in my wine cellar for this thing.
A lot of people, including Jimmy Kimmel, are really hoping that doesn't.
All right.
Oh.
So that happened on one of the biggest shows in North America on Tuesday. And a lot of people were wondering, okay, so how's Jimmy Kimmel going to react to this, if at all? Mm-hmm. Oh, he reacted. This tweet came out about 4 hours later. Dear Bleep Hole, talking to Aaron Rodgers. For the record, I've not met, flown with, visited, or had any contact whatsoever with Epstein, nor will you find my name on any list other than the clearly phony nonsense that soft-brained wackos like yourself can't seem to distinguish from reality. Your reckless words put my family in danger. Keep it up, and we will debate the facts further in court. So to say that got some run on social media would be putting it lightly. Yesterday, Pat McAfee on his show, he led off his show on ESPN, a Disney-owned station, just like ABC, and he basically apologized for being a part of it. There's a lot of talk in the entertainment industry now, but listen, there's a lot of talk, period, about the story for a lot of obvious reasons. But you have Disney owning both of those properties, and there's a lot of people wondering kind of what they should do, specifically when it comes to two pretty powerful people. Now, Aaron Rodgers gets paid to go on that Pat McAfee show. He does get paid. Do you think this is over? Because reportedly inside ESPN and Disney, this has started a firestorm that no one's being able to control, and it's going right up to Bob Iger, the guy running all of it. What do you think happens next year?
Yeah, I bet it is. I mean, as it should. I mean, these are two big properties, but I think the word reckless was correctly used from Jimmy Kimmel. I mean, just to see that show, be dealing with a subject matter that, is incredibly serious. I mean, it's criminal, and they're laughing at it. I just didn't like how that went down at all. Clearly, throughout the years, Jimmy Kimmel has taken some shots at Aaron Rodgers, and so this, I guess, apparently for him was a moment for him to kind of throw something back his way. But I mean, reckless is the word, and as we've seen in the last 24 hours, Jimmy Kimmel's name is nowhere near anything that has been redacted.
Yeah, the threat of that lawsuit was real. And but you mentioned, I'll close it on a very interesting point you raised, the kind of the cackling and the hat. Aaron Rodgers on that show, and again, it's a massive show, has been allowed to say whatever he wants about vaccine conspiracies, you name it. And those two on that show, McAfee and Hawk, have giggled like school children while he's been allowed to say anything. Now, ESPN also puts it on air, so they're complicit. But that show needs to take a lot of responsibility for that. That show's not on ESPN 12 months from now. I'm calling it right now.
Well, just because there's eyeballs on something doesn't mean it has integrity, right? And there's some responsibility of broadcast to put things out there that are based in truth.
100%.
And so good for Jimmy Kimmel for calling that right away,
100%.
as
That's
opposed to letting
outrageous.
that play out.